What's up, guys? My name is Terrence Grove. This is my new YouTube channel. Now, I wanted to make this video because this is my first ever actual video that I'm putting time and energy into. Actually taking this thing serious. I want to put my personal name and brand out there to eventually climb the ranks as a, how do you say it, a celebrity. I don't want to say celebrity. This is my attempt to do that. I want to say welcome to you all. Anybody who views this and engages with it, hits like, comment, share, etc. I appreciate you. Welcome to this journey of ours, man. This YouTube channel will essentially consist of, we'll be talking about a variety of things. Ultimately, it's not necessarily bound by anything. This is more of a free, low effort type of channel. I'm mainly going to be talking about certain topics, whatever ultimately comes to mind or into the news. I'll use this channel to rant, just ultimately talk and get my voice out there, voice and express different things. This channel will also be, it'll be consistent of everything that I enjoy or ultimately want to put on this channel. Talks, even streams, gaming. It's hard for me to even start naming things, and maybe that sounds ignorant. So maybe I'll just start naming a few things. That way you guys can get the picture of what this channel is going to be about. We'll be gaming on here. We'll be streaming on here. We'll be streaming video games on here. We'll be talking, chatting, getting to know you guys. You guys getting to know me. We'll be doing story times. We'll be talking about our life here. That's also the topic of today's video, is that we'll be talking about my life and ultimately my journey up until now, where I want to take my life into the future. This YouTube is ultimately to document my life, to record my life before it happened, also to document it as it is happening now. I want to, as I said before, I want to put my name and voice out there and build my personal brand. Ultimately, you can monetize simply just being your own self. That's kind of what these social media platforms allow you to do nowadays. Things like, especially with like TikTok and YouTube, you just get on and you build a following. Slowly but surely, you're getting paid in AdSense. You're getting paid in support from your people. While the wave is still waving, I might as well go surf, you know what I mean? No point in getting out there when the waters are calm, or no point in getting out there when the wave is so high that there is no point in surfing it anymore. Either way, as I said, I'll be using this video to talk about my life. This is an introductory video to put my feet and introduce myself. As I said before, my name is Terrence Grove. I'm 23 years old. I'm currently living in Louisiana. I was born in Louisiana. After Hurricane Katrina, I moved to Texas, San Antonio. Grew up there until 8th grade. After 8th grade, I moved to Oklahoma in 9th grade. I spent my entire high school there. After high school, or actually during high school, my senior year, I became spiritual. In my spirituality, I adopted a lot of different things, a lot of different ideas, philosophies, habits, all different types of things. I started sun gazing. I started, working out a little bit more, being out in nature a little bit more, meditating, all these different things. While I still consider myself on that spiritual journey, I definitely have slowed down quite a bit by choice and ultimately by complacency, because it never really benefited me the way it benefited a lot of other people, whether that be a good thing or a bad thing. And I've experienced my own waves of psychosis and things of that nature before and after spirituality, and spirituality definitely gave me confidence throughout all this, especially the past 6 years. I said it didn't give me any type of material benefit or even tangible benefit for that matter. The only thing I really gained was more confidence and temporarily a more disciplined mindset. It was quickly shifted into a messiah complex, like a God complex. It wasn't even as deep as a God complex, as a God would believe he could do anything and try to get it done, whereas my messiah complex was more so, I want to save the world and prevent all this bull crap and evil and this, that, and the third. It's only progressively gotten worse. It's more out there. All the evil shit that people were doing, all the shit that I was finding out in 2020, things that people weren't privy to or weren't ready to listen to and wake up to, everybody knows about now. Epstein, Trump, all the different issues in our country alone, let alone what's happening around the world. I'll give you a prime example of my grievances with America, let alone the entire world. In the UN, they voted on making food a human, and the only two countries that voted on not making it a human. I might have to go back and do my research on this because it wouldn't even make sense how only two people could vote. It would stand as this. Feel free to drop in the comments a verification of this fact. I'm also going to go back and do my research on it. It's just something I picked up within the last recent couple of years. Was that the U.S. and Israel were the only two countries to vote on not making not making food and water a human, which is kind of crazy because that's. And I know I'm diving into my whole save the world bag, which also is going to be a purpose of this YouTube. I'm going to be using my platform, as I said, to talk about different problems in this world. Obviously, we're going to address those problems. We're going to try to make a movement to where not only are we aware of the issues, we actually say and do something about it. For instance, I'm pulling something out of left field. Say, you like the abortion laws. If you essentially, like, this is how I see abortion. If you need to get it, it should be accessible. It's not necessarily something that should be readily and easily available to people who are irresponsible. I said say this: people should be responsible with themselves and their choices. At the same time, we shouldn't take away somebody's right or their want to of getting rid of something that they never wanted to begin with. Irresponsibility is a different thing. Obviously, there's reasons how, or there's ways how you can have a kid unwanted. Anywho, that even and then I know that was kind of left field. That's just an example of something I could talk about in terms of what I have a problem with or just my grievances in general. It's also from both sides of the coin. I respect and support women. I also don't respect or support horrific activities, if you get what I'm saying. At this point, I'm going on a tangent. Like I said, I didn't want to dive too deep into my save the world bag. This video is about me and my life. In my life, I became a kind of messiah figure, or at least I thought I was going to be. And my whole vision was to save the world, to just make this place a more efficient and just a better place overall. If everything we do is together and somewhat similar, we're just all in separate ways of doing it and culturally understanding and acting on it, etc. Who's to say we can't set and raise the standard? Set a standard, let alone raise the standards of living that we have now. We deal with poverty. We deal with people who are homeless. We deal with all these different types of issues. No one is really trying to fix them or figure out what causes them. You got the super elitists who kind of just chuck it up to it is what it is. You got the people who are so down bad at the bottom that feel hopeless to even do anything about it or have turned down a wrong path. Now, either can't turn back or don't or won't. That's just a little taste of just my mind of where I've been at the last 6 years in terms of me trying to make an impact on the world. MJ even said, heal the world, make it a better place. Big Sean said, one man can change the world. These are all things that I believed in and still do believe in. I didn't have a clear direction or a path. I started relying on a specific person way too much to the point where they cut me off. I had never fully recovered since. It's been a rough journey. That's ultimately what this video is about, is this rough journey that I've been on all this time. Maybe sharing my thoughts, I might ultimately gain like-minded people in a community who could help me towards these goals or even want to work with me towards these goals. That's a little short summary of my life. Ultimately, a bit of a longer story of where I've been the last 6 years. Even the last 6 years goes a lot deeper. The story of my life is a hell of a lot deeper. We could be here for hours just spouting whatever. In the coming videos, in the coming days, weeks, etc., you will see more and more of me. You'll see more and more of me telling my story. See more and more of me telling you guys about what it is that I know. Just speaking and expressing myself and seeing what sticks. I'm gonna throw the spaghetti on the wall. If it sticks, it's ready. If it doesn't stick, then we're back to the drawing board, back to the pot. Got to cook up a little bit longer. That's ultimately a quick summary of my life of where I've been at the last 23 years. As I said, the incoming videos will be more about my life. We'll have more story times in depth about myself, as well as more in depth about my journey as to where I'm going. I'm honestly, I think I'm cutting this video a little bit shorter than I was originally planning it to, just because I've kind of rambled on a little too long. I don't want the video to be too long. If I need to make a part 2, I will. If there's anything specific you guys want to know about or want to ask me, you know what I mean, general or specific, feel free to drop it in the comments. I think I might drop a part 2 to this video because I didn't fully accomplish my main goal, which was ultimately to tell you guys in video format a quick story about the beginning of my life as I remember it up until now. That was what the original video was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be about a story of my life from beginning to end. We have not done that. We would make a part 2. Make sure you hit the like, drop in the comments if you guys want to see that. Yes or no, maybe so. I'll make a goal of hitting 100 likes. I won't make it a goal to where we gotta hit those likes to drop the video. I'm gonna still drop the video because I planned on doing it. I'm setting a personal note, a personal goal of 100 likes on this video. Just because it's the first video, I just want to see how it does in the algorithm and ultimately just in general. Yeah, man. Hope you all have a great, amazing, wonderful day. As I want to reiterate just a few of the things, because it's not all the things that we're going to be doing. It'll kind of give you a picture view of what we're doing. Is that we'll be talking about just about everything. World news, political and social commentary. We'll be talking about my life. We'll be talking about my journey and where I'm trying to go and take it. I'll be voicing and expressing my opinions, my thoughts, my feelings, etc. I will also be teaching and coaching you guys. That's something that I kind of always wanted to get into, is mainly coaching. We're going to make this channel about everything. As we grow our audience and grow bigger and bigger, if we need to subsection channels to specific things, like a sewing channel, for example, which I don't sew, but I'm just for example, then we will do that. If I need to make a separate music channel to drop all my music on, I'll do that. For now, this will be the hub for my music, all my creative endeavors, all of my thoughts, my feelings, aspirations. This is just me. This is a video of me, for me, about me, for you as well. Man, I'm out. Part 2 is going to be an entire breakdown story of my life from the beginning to end. Hope to see you all next time. Thank you. I love you.